So, Mason Greenwood there, folks. It looks like the investigation that never ends has finally ended. And the decision has, or should I say had, finally been made. And the decision looked like it was going to be that Greenwood was going to be invited back into the squad to train and again play for Manchester United. It now looks, if reports are correct, that Manchester United have done, is it 180 or 360 degree turn? And now he isn't going to be integrated back into the team because of the backlash from some staff and many fans. I get absolutely everything that's happened, other than the fact that it took us long to get to where they are now. But what I will say is, if it took us long to get to where they are now, and the findings throughout it all made the conclusion be that he was going to be back invited into the squad, why on earth would you take 3, 4 or 5 months to do all that they've done to make that decision, and then over a 3 or 4 day period, after whispers have got out that he was going to be invited back in, after a massive backlash, you change your mind yet again? You might as well not have done the investigation, if that does happen. Now, I'm only bringing this message out today because whispers are that a decision will be made on his future today. We might hear it today. I've said on here already, I think after listening to everything, listening to all arguments and thinking about things over 3 or 4 months, I would have him back in the squad. And I've made my reasons clear on past messages. I can do it again, but I don't want to make this one too long. I know even some people on here, some people that follow the channel, have said to me they wouldn't have him back. And I appreciate everybody's opinion, I really do. And I do get where they're coming from. But I've got reasons to say that I would, or to think that I would bring him back. That said, as I've already said, if he really, really, really is a very, very, very bad person and would be the kind of person that would force a woman or rape a woman, I would never want him back in the club at all. But I've already discussed the reasons why I think that probably isn't the case. And I might be wrong on that. I honestly don't know. But what I will say from a fan point of view and a Manchester United point of view, if last Wednesday or Thursday the thing was, right, we're bringing him back, and they've told the squad they're bringing him back, and more importantly they've told Eric we're bringing him back, and Eric thinks, well, I've got help there with Anthony because Anthony's not really cutting it, or I've got help there with old Rasmus because Rasmus is only a 10-goal player last year, he's going to do well for us, we're going to bring him on, but he's still only young, never played in the Premier League before, might need some help. Mason can help with both those positions, through the middle and on the wing. I would suggest he's the best finisher we've got at the club, including Højlund, who I've not yet seen, and Rashford. But if they were bringing him back, and told all and sundry they were bringing him back, and now because of the weight of public opinion, they changed their mind yet again, I would say this. I'm not so sure I want people running my club that can't make a decision and stick by it. Now, some might say, well, if they're changing their mind because of fans and because of staff, I can understand that, and I can to an extent, but look, all I say is this. If we were the kind of club that listened to the fans, why for the last 4, 5 or 6 years have the Glazers not listened to the fans? We've wanted them out for years, we want them out now. They're doing nothing about it. This sale that's happening now, the protracted sale, it's gone on for months. We look to be absolutely no nearer, and we're kept in the dark all the way through. As well as that, we had Woodward here for how many years? Was it 4, 5, 6, 7 years? All he cared about was commercial, commercial, commercial. The on-field product didn't matter. And he didn't listen to us. He didn't listen. And now we've got Arnold, who makes a decision and then looks like he may be going back on it. Now, the other thing I will say about this whole thing, he has said they've found some new evidence. They've found things out there that haven't been brought in the public domain. And I would imagine if he was bringing the boy back, some of these things would be disclosed. They couldn't all possibly be disclosed because some of them maybe go against Greenwood's partner who he's had the kiddie with. But that is a big thing in this for me. She's still with him. They live together. They're having a kiddie together. They're going to get married. I know he's on a lot of money, and we've said, one of the reasons you might be with him is just for the money. But would you really stay with a person that is as bad as he's been portrayed and that you believe is a rapist at heart? I'm not so sure you would, whether there's a lot of money there or not. And that's one of the reasons I think he might not be as bad as we've seen. Look, you can get anybody to say anything on a tape. If you're clever enough and you want it bad enough, you can put somebody in a situation where you can make them say something on tape that you want them to say, especially when they don't know they're being recorded. I do believe that. And I believe there's been some of that here, but I might be wrong. But as I say, I just, it concerns me that it took that many months to come to a decision. That 3 or 4 days ago we told this will be the decision. It's been let out early. And then Many of the public and fans have gone mad, and then they're going to go back on themselves if they do. I would much rather that if they were going to bring him back, stick to that decision, but come out, face the media themselves, and tell us why they're bringing him back. Tell us what they've learned and the reason they're bringing him back. And if you wanted him to do that interview in front of the media, which you said you were going to do, let him do that as well. He's going to have a nightmare wherever he plays, be it United or anywhere else. He's going to have a nightmare. But if you found things there, United, that make you think that things aren't as bad as we were all led to believe, you need to bring the boy back and air them. That's what you need to do. That's what I think, anyway. Anyway, we'll wait. We'll see what happens. But I believe there's a chance it's going to get out today. I believe they're going to make the decision today. I just hope it's the right one. And for all, Greenwood's done a lot wrong, and he has done a lot wrong. I mean, he's been front and centre of all of this. There's no doubt about that. He's said a lot wrong because we've all heard it. At the end of the day, the boy, for my money, the last few weeks has been messed about absolutely no end. He doesn't know whether he's coming or going or what's happening. And there's a bit of me that feels sorry for the boy. For all, he's done a lot wrong, and he has done a lot wrong. Just United being indecisive, and I would rather our board have took it by the scruff of the neck and made a decision, stuck with it, and maybe explained why they made that decision. And many of us out here, including people like Rachel Riley, who said she'll never support United again, they may even change the tact if you've got reasons to tell us why you're bringing him back. But don't on a Wednesday or Thursday say he's coming back, and then the following Monday or Tuesday say, no, he's not coming back, we've changed our mind, he's not coming. It just shows weak, really, really weak leadership, which is what we've had at the club, well, since Fergie and David Gill have gone, and we don't want that. We want sort of somebody running this club that knows what they're doing and are making the decisions for the right reasons. That's my thoughts on it anyway. I'm sure many won't agree, but I give my thoughts.